Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Presence TV. We're just having to quiet down the guests so we can do the opening flow.
They love a bit of a chatter.
I know
it's exciting,
they do.
guys, though. We're so excited.
You enjoying the day so far?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. We've had so many great interviews. We've had a preach from Pastor Phil. And here we get to chat to a couple of more incredible people.
Yeah, they are indeed. They are the senior pastors of C3 London, one of my favourite churches and one of my favourite, in fact, my favourite city in the world. I love London. They also are regional directors of Europe, and they are part of the executive team of C3 Global. They are very, very busy, and a couple of my favourite people in the world, Simon and Val McIntyre. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are.
Welcome.
Look at you.
It's wonderful to be here.
Oh, it's good to see you. You've been attending and been part of Presence/Ozfire for how long, Simon?
I don't think I've missed one.
Wow.
All these years. Not one.
Wow.
So
and have no intention of missing one either.
Yeah, right.
So we love it.
Yeah. Now, how long have you guys been based in London now?
6 years?
Yeah.
6 years, yeah.
And love it. Handle the winters?
Oh, better than New York.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yes.
So no complaints.
In fact, we don't handle the Sydney weather anymore.
Come on.
It's too hot and glary.
Yeah.
And nobody wears anything. People should start wearing clothes.
Yeah, that's it.
And men should tuck their shirts in.
Yeah, right.
I find it quite casual.
Yeah.
So, Val, you grew up in New York, is that right?
No, I was there 20 years. I running my own business, and and from Miami originally.
From
so
Miami,
I'm from a place with lots of sun and palm trees, and I went to New
wow.
York.
And then moved to New York.
Yeah, so then, and now London's just like another
London.
extension of that experience. So
Wow. And you're still involved in business as well, huh?
I have my business in New York, so I go between London and New York and do everything else. So it's all exciting.
And Simon, what do you do?
The shopping, the washing, and the consuming of Valerie's cooking.
Living the dream. Well, that's all we've got time for,
Man
everybody.
Friday.
Okay,
I'm
so
Man Friday every day.
so you go.
Well, neither of you guys are obviously from London, so what brought you to Europe?
Well, a whole series of circumstances, but this, in short, Valerie and I got married.
Yeah.
Moved to New York for a few months to acclimatise.
Yeah.
And then we moved to London to take on a church that was in trouble.
Yeah.
And to take on a region that had had a fairly difficult season.
Yeah.
And so we've been there 6 years nearly.
Yeah.
And we went there. There's 13 churches when we arrived.
Yeah.
There's 29, 30 now. Wow. Literally on the plane coming over here, I'm in contact with a young man from Germany who's going to plant a C3 church.
Oh my goodness.
We're looking at another C3 church in London soon. But that's not all. The whole church scene in the UK and Europe is fantastic.
Yeah,
See,
it's
I was about to
amazing.
ask you this because I've heard a lot of people over the years talk about England in particular being a very, very tough place to plant a church, as if there is an easy place, but it's tougher than normal.
Yeah.
Is that true?
It is in some ways. There's a sense of a open door in places like Australia, New Zealand,
America,
Canada. That isn't quite so apparent in Europe or the UK. However, there's a lot happening. And there's a lot of big, booming churches with young leaders.
Yeah.
Really?
So honestly, the longer I live there, the more I realise how dumb we are to think that Europe could be dead. Or that England could have no booming churches in it. What we see is the stats that show that the traditional churches are in a fairly steady and unstoppable decline.
Right.
But what they don't record is the amount of new people and new churches. I would say that every week in England there's another new charismatic Pentecostal style church planted at the very least.
Every week?
Wow.
At the very least.
And our church in Lausanne, in Switzerland, has over 1,200 people.
Oh my goodness.
Lausanne, super conservative Switzerland.
Yeah, right.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Amazing.
And Lausanne is a gorgeous city.
It's crazy. Things are really
It's very hard living
healthy.
in Europe.
Oh, it must be
Very
difficult.
difficult. We struggle.
We do.
The places we go, we struggle.
I've heard that a lot of the churches that are thriving are being planted by Antipodeans.
They are.
Yeah,
Is that true?
They are.
Yep.
Yeah. a lot.
Kiwis, Aussies,
Yeah.
South Africans.
Wow.
Wow.
Totally.
In fact, I think the biggest churches in England are probably led by Australians.
Yeah, wow.
Why? Why does that work?
Yeah.
I think it's reverse colonialism.
Okay.
No, I think it's that. I think that there's a commonality in English and Australian and Kiwi culture that's worth recognising.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I think that helps. And then there's a freshness of the churches over here that isn't so apparent in many of the more classic churches in England.
Okay.
So I think that life and that sense of connection, that colonial connection, it actually works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the English They may be more resistant to Americans or others, but a whole lot less resistant to Australians.
But I'm still doing okay over there. This American. Hello.
Oh, of course. I'm just saying less resistant.
I'm under my husband, the Australian. Ex-Kiwi.
I know that Kiwis do fabulous, don't they?
They do. They're amazing. We have two.
Are you a kid?
Yeah.
So you think you're doing fabulous, do you?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying what I've heard.
Assistant leaders in London, our church in Fulham, are Kiwis.
Yeah.
And they're brilliant.
Wow.
They're brilliant.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, churches in Europe, how many, well, C3 for a start, how many C3 churches are in Europe?
29.
29?
29.
Yeah.
With a few more about ready to go.
And I've got to tell you, it's a privilege leading these people.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're a dream to deal with.
Well, why? Why are they so amazing?
I think it's like this. The European cultures are like an old man in a smoking jacket. Not a lot to prove.
Right.
Whereas the countries like Australia, New Zealand, America, it's more like teenagers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're more difficult to corral.
Yeah.
So I think leading these guys to us is a total joy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's my little philosophy.
Yeah.
Right.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. What's cool about it too is all the different cultures. So one size does not fit all.
Yeah.
Right. So they're all amazing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we also have to think about who we're dealing with, what their culture's like,
German,
what's going to work for them,
Swiss.
what's not going to work for them. So we've learned a lot about that. So the Dutch are very strong-minded.
Structured.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Germans are also very, very structured,
Technical.
right? Yeah. But Spain is like free-for-all, right?
Okay.
So,
It's a love fest.
It's a party. It's a party. So yeah.
But I'll tell you the thing, there's common
Made for
denominators
church.
with all of these places.
Yeah.
Faith in young people
Oh, beautiful.
and love.
Yeah.
It's the universal language
Yeah.
of church planting.
Yeah.
As being the overseers of Europe, do you kind of just have to let people run with their dream or their idea for a certain church and trust that they know the culture better than you?
Oh, yes.
Is it like
Yeah.
that?
Oh, yeah. We know the cultures in a peripheral sense.
Yeah.
Right.
And we like them. But we're tourists in our appreciation.
Yeah. Wow.
No, we just encourage them where they're at. Let them make mistakes.
Okay.
And let them call out for help when needed.
So good.
But they need to find the Lord in their own world and setting.
Yeah.
But He's there, man.
But most people who join us or launch from C3 have that C3 vibe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So no matter what culture you're in, what language you're hearing, even the music can be different because it's hard to like translate across.
Yeah, for sure.
You still feel C3.
Yeah.
It's all still there. So it's pretty amazing.
And everyone is getting that welcome home.
Yeah,
feeling.
totally.
Yeah.
That's
Totally.
why people still are saying that.
Wow.
I walked into your church
Yeah.
and I felt I'd come home.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I felt that. Yeah, I always say that. People say, why
Yeah.
did you come to Oxford Falls? And I said, I felt like home.
Mark and Bernie Kelsey said that.
Yeah.
You know, that's how they
What is that? Is that
think
the
it's
presence
God.
of God? Is that?
Yes, it is, but I
Yeah.
think it's God creating a family.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I think the best way to describe our style of churches is a
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Not denominations,
Yeah.
not networks, not associations, but family.
Yeah.
With all of its attendant up and downs.
Do you still get surprised sometimes with leaders of churches that succeed? You know, where you go, wow, I didn't, interesting and different personalities that end up being amazing church leaders.
Yeah, well, I think that, first of all, people are still amazed that I keep doing something. Yeah, we are, aren't we?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
are some, the weirdest thing is some people you thought would do better,
Okay.
Yeah, wow.
but that's rarer. But there are people you think, good people, but they just totally surprise us.
Wow.
Yeah, so
So,
cool.
Yeah.
we're there to help.
Weren't you in Europe recently for your honeymoon?
No, we went to, where did we go? We went to Asia.
The Gold Coast. Did we?
Oh, we did go to the Gold Coast.
Well, that's close. No.
In every way.
Yeah. Oh, you went to, I thought you were going to, have you ever been to Europe then?
No, she wants to.
I actually do.
Yeah.
Where should she go? Good advice for Chloe then.
Well, London.
Oh, isn't it a cracking
yeah, for a
city?
holiday?
London is the world's best city.
Paris.
I agree. Why do you think it's the best, son?
I think it's been around longer than anybody else. And it's
So it
got
should know what it's
longevity
doing.
in its bones.
Yeah.
I think it's a melting pot, and it's still an incredibly important world city.
Yeah.
Finance, arts,
Yeah.
music,
Yeah.
theatre. It's just hugely influential.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
typical of the Brits, a little bit understated.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
How do you find, Val, does your heart strings get stretched and you want to go back to New York all the time?
No, because
No?
nope. Well, because I'm there every 4 weeks. But
Yeah.
no, but seriously, when God places you somewhere, He puts a grace around that.
Yeah.
So what did privilege to be living in a place like London. And it was a dream of mine from a young age to live in London. So I wrote a book when I was 12, and it was all about London. And ever since then, I've had this thing for it. So for me, it was just like this dream come true. It's amazing. I love it.
Wow.
It's gorgeous. People are wonderful. You know, it just feels really good. We love it, right?
Yeah, we do.
Culture's amazing. Yeah, everything you need. And I think it's a nicer city to live in than New York City.
Really?
Yeah, big time.
That's amazing.
We can edit that out. That's live.
Sorry.
It's live. It's already out there.
New York's a new build.
Yeah, there you go.
London's got,
nice.
you know, that ancient culture.
Hey, what's next for you guys and for Europe? I mean, there's obviously more churches being planted and growth. Is there anything that short term that's coming up? Exciting?
We do a lot of events with smaller groups, and we personally love that. But as you say, church planting, pastoring the pastors, we're always doing that. Developing our own church so we can hand it on at some stage, all of those things. But I think this year we've got about 5 events that are smaller, in places like Florence, Poitiers, France, London,
Do you plan
Amsterdam.
Yes.
I plan them. I choose where we're going, and I make sure I'm leading.
How do you guys get involved in these church plants? What's your involvement?
It's a really big question because some of them quite intimately, and some of them more as a sort of a father and a mother that are just coaching and blessing and believing.
That's awesome.
And
encouraging is the best you can do, really, honestly.
Young people have got a vision in their heart. They don't need a lot of railway tracks. They just need, a hand of blessing on their back. So, I mean, it's more than that, but that's what we do.
I do hear, just to blow sunshine in your face a little bit, you guys, but I do hear amazing. I know, I kept it that way. I do hear some amazing stories of you guys that pastors feel when you come into the church and come alongside them and just spend time with them, have a coffee, have dinner. They feel so blessed. And parented is the word that comes.
I'm old enough to be a dad.
Simon actually married me. How long ago did you?
Well, I actually didn't marry. I officiated in the wedding.
Let's clarify.
Yes. Yeah, I did. That's a few years. Well, how
20?
long?
Well, it's 20 years this year, Simon. Can you believe that?
I never. See, he was one of the young guys. I thought, I'm not sure if he's going to make this.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to make it.
Then he did. No. I'm delighted to have been part of your life.
Oh, no. Do you know what? We've still got a big picture on our kitchen. I see you every morning. I'm making porridge. Big picture of Simon officiating the wedding.
Yes, right.
Let's leave it there. Simon and Val, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
It's been so beautiful.
Yeah.